Paraguay have been present at the last 3 World Cups, so it's no surprise to see this talented and hard-working side again on the way to world football's showpiece event. A group stage exit in Germany 2006 forced the national governing body into a change of coach, with Argentine Gerardo Martino taking the reins. The man, who already had a solid record in Paraguayan club football, oversaw the best start to the 2010 qualifying campaign of all the 10 CONMEBOL nations involved. A goalless draw away in Lima was soon forgotten as Paraguay began to find the net with regularity. A solid win over Uruguay was the precursor to spectacular victories both home and away. Ecuador were hammered 5-1 in Asunción before Martino's men put 3 past Chile without reply at the national stadium in Santiago. Next up, Brazil. The 5-time world champions were brought down to earth in this match, a famous 2-0 victory. In the last match before the 2008 summer break, a 4-2 loss in Bolivia failed to knock Paraguay off their perch. Gerardo Martino's side were top of the group. The hiccup in La Paz would prove tough to bounce back from straight away, with a trip to Argentina the next challenge. However, Alfio Basile's side were feeling the pressure after an indifferent start to the campaign, and a Gabriel Heinze own goal meant that Paraguay led at half-time. Sergio Agüero's equaliser on the half-hour, though, meant that the points would be shared. Paraguay took maximum points against Venezuela, Colombia and Peru before shock defeat in Uruguay and a draw versus Ecuador put the brakes on the team's considerable momentum. The Paraguayans were to be thankful of good early results, though, as the following match saw their form dip again. Matias Fernandez put the visiting Chileans ahead early on. It became a match to forget for the home fans when Humberto Suazo scored in the second half for Chile. One more defeat to Brazil followed, before finally 3 precious points from a 1-0 win at home to Bolivia ensured that Paraguay would have the chance to secure qualification in their following fixture. In order to do that, though, they had to beat Argentina. They were simply better than Diego Maradona's Argentine side, and Nelson Valdez scored the only goal of the game on 27 minutes. And they were on their way to a 4th successive World Cup. The win and loss that followed were of no importance, as Paraguay finished 3rd, just a single point behind eventual group winners Brazil. It represented a very impressive return from a long and difficult qualifying campaign. The task now for Gerardo Martino and his team will be to translate their qualification form onto the pitches of South Africa 2010.